quilt she creates and has never made a quilt she didn't love. Kathy is a proud mother of 4 sons and a grandma to 6 wonderful grandchildren. She shares her life with the best husband who supports her love for quilting. Thank you for being here.
And I hate this.
You're doing great.
The sign-up sheet going around, just be aware that you can sign up your friends. That's how I began today.
You're going to thank me.
My last name's Dietrich. It should be at the top of the paper. That's me. But I am excited to be here, and I have fabulous friends that are going to help me today, so I want to thank each of them. The first time I did a trunk show, about a year ago, that was the first one I'd done, and I thought, what would I want to come away with? And this is what I would have wanted, so that's what I did for you. And I'm naughty, and there's a couple, you can see my highlight. I didn't bring it. It was on my bed, and it didn't get washed. So I'm going to just go down this list, and we're kind of around them, and if you have questions, scream, because I feel like I'm in a tunnel. Okay, you know where we're at? Rightly. This is, and I'm just going to tell you, as we're going through quilts, the next person after me has about 15 minutes to set up, so we're going to fold and put away as we go. It's going to get really naked up here. This quilt is called Brightly. It is a pattern by Cluck Cluck Sew. I love her patterns. They are so easy and user-friendly and beginner. The fabric is a fabric by Sweetwater. Called Branded, and the quilting, I always include the quilting pattern because I'm a long armor, and I know that we all want to know what everybody else is using. So that's called Blue Star. Okay, and then this is the tote, All the Things tote, pattern by Knot and Thread, and this fabric is like, it's my favorite. So these are the ones I've made for myself. Pardon me?
So cute.
Oh, thank you. Songbird by Gingerbread, kind of hard to get. And I quilted it with a pattern called Daisy Doodles. Side pockets. I think it would have been fun to put some pockets in here, but I didn't. The Doable Duffel. I love this thing. I made 23 last year for Christmas gifts for my kids. And it was a labor of love. So I had a couple of my kids. This one's mine, but I had a couple of one of my kids bring the ones I made for their littles. And they're just fun. You can just do so many different things with fabric. And it's got an inside pocket in it. Okay, and an outside 2 pockets.
Yeah,
you bet.
We can see him back.
Thank you. So fun zipper colors just add so much fun to them, makes them just stand out.
Did you buy the hardware on Amazon?
By Annie has some. There's a little craft shop in Blackfoot called the Craft Shop, and I noticed, and Annie, yeah, she's here. She's got them in her shop as well. I don't know that I found them. Okay, way back. The webbing I found my biggest success with the webbing on Amazon. Yeah. Lots of colors, and I will say I liked the nylon seat belt is what it's called, seat belt webbing, because you can burn the end before you turn it under and it's not gonna fray or anything. That was my favorite. And this is called the Holland pouch. And so when I quilted my fabric for my bag, I just quilted a couple of yards, and then I'm making all the little totes because I want to make one of these to match too. And this is a little bit bigger than the large in the pattern because I used what I had at the end of another cut. Just, Jesse, is yours up here really close? I just made one. Oh, you put it in your car. Okay, I just made one for Jesse, and it's just a little bit, the large size in that pattern is just a little bit smaller than this. And no pockets on the inside, it's just, not that you couldn't, but it finishes really nice with finished seams. And this is the Hemingway pouch, and I use it to put my iPad in it, so it's kind of dirty, don't notice. It's just really the easiest thing. It's a matter of cutting something this way. It's got one side of a zipper that you sew all the way around and hook your zipper up. It's super easy, and this was my leftover piece that I cut off and thought, well, I might as well use it. And it is tall enough to fit pens upright in it. So that was my leftover freebie. Okay, Jenny. Love you s'more. And I think Annie has a kit back there of this. Oh, somebody bought it. Just love this quilt. It's got 1,003,000 pieces. But it's fun. And this right here, like my most memorable block here, because we forgot to put this piece in, had them pick them all up. I always have to tell my mistakes, but that's a super fun quilt. I love it. I love it. I think it took us 2 days just to cut it out. We always cut out in threes. There's 3 friends that we all sew together. So we cut 3 quilts out all at the same time, and it took us a long time because there's so many pieces. Easter blade. Oh, down here. Center Street Quilts designed this. And I did make it bigger than the pattern because I had a lot of, these are just scrap pieces from other lines that I pulled in together, and I just kept going. Dipping Daisies is the quilting pattern that I quilted on now. All American. Quilt scissors. All American is a pattern by Chelsea Stratton. And the fabric there is sweet tea. I just pulled out all the tans of that fabric line and just did all the red, white, and blue. And that panto is Blue Star as well. I shouldn't stand right in front of it, should I? Oh, okay. Does this have a tag on it? Next one. She wanted me to tell you about my tags, and I don't know if I can remember where I bought them at, but this is Dashing, and I think it's one of Corey Yoder's very first fabric lines. Prairie, I think that's, and I quilted that using Milky Way. Does that have a tag? Okay, so these are the tags that I've had made that, well, actually, this color one Jenny made for me. And then I put my name on the back and washing instructions, because you don't ever want to use fabric softener with inky. It kind of, so what I was going to say is gums it up. I mean, it doesn't really get gummy or anything, but it kind of pulls all those fibers in little groups almost. Yeah. So all of my tags say wash, no fabric softener. But I will tell you, if you'll just go to Walmart and buy those wool balls, I put those in and I don't have a static problem with any of my stuff. I use it for my clothes too, and I like that better than fabric softener. I do. Nobody at my house will use a quilt if it doesn't have minky on it. My grandkids run through and feel the back. Not that one. Not that one. They want one with the really long minky. And so they don't care, if the boys don't care what color it is, just stick it right in here. Okay. This is Suddenly Summer. I got this kit from Fort Worth Fabric Studio out of Texas. And it's got Bonnie and Camille fabrics with some grunge. And it's just happy. And I think the pattern is free. I think you can still go to their website and get the free pattern. And the quilting pattern is Dizzy Izzy. That is that's the other tag that I got. It's just black and white. So I've got a black and white, and then I'm hoping that the name of the place I order tag stone comes to me, because we've done some really fun tags. Yep. This is golden. And the pattern is from Gigi's Thimble. And the fabric is Corey Yoder's Cozy Up. With then just a solid here, like charcoal. And I think that's it's jelly strip, jelly roll friendly. Over the Rainbow is the name of it. You can see it really, it's a cute quilting pattern, Over the Rainbow. Okay, this is called Brick in the Wall, and it's actually, it's from a designer out of Sun Valley. Her name's Jill Johnson. Her website's here, Jane Couturi. And this was one that I did a pattern, I was a pattern tester for her. And I just love it because it's masculine. I have all sons, and I have a really hard time finding Jeannie. This is what I was telling you about. She has a lot more masculine patterns, very similar to this, a lot of stripe, a lot of things like that. So if you're looking for something that's masculine, and then that quilting pattern is a freebie off of SoShabbyQuilting.com. It's just a wave, and it's really fast, really fast. And I love the way it drapes. That quilting pattern is just really loose and fun. Okay, single scoop. I have a typo here. All right. It's not from Jill Johnson. You can tell I was typing away and not paying attention to what I was doing. Single scoop is from Katie's Quilting Company. And again, I just took prints that I thought would be fun for ice cream cones. Most of them are either like Lori Holt, I think I have a couple on there. I don't know. Oh, I think all the cone part is Lori Holt fabric. And Loop the Loop is the quilting pattern. Okay. Roll down. This is a Lola Boutique pattern.
Thanks for doing this. This is awesome.
Oh, thank you. It's awesome when they don't make mistakes. Dang it. Lola Boutique pattern. Various prints. I'm trying to look. I think most of them are Lori Holt. Some of these green ones are Bonnie and Camille. And then it's got the nice Lux Minky on the back. And Sunflowers is the name of that quilting pattern. And I'm a sunflower freak. So I actually have quite a few sunflower quilts. My whole backyard, I have an acre of pasture behind my house. It's all rimmed in thick rows of sunflowers in the summer. This is the funnest quilt, and it's super, super, super fast. It's called Sunny's. Cute little sunglasses, and it just works up super fast. And then with the fun ombre, we turn this way too. With the fun ombre in the lenses, it just makes it look like a pair of sunglasses. I made a couple of these, one for a friend, and her sunglass frames were like cheetah and tortoise, and so that was fun too. And the quilting pattern on that is called Sunshine. Sunflower Farms, My So Quilty Life pattern. This is supposed to be a little bit bigger. There is another row of sunflowers that are just little itty bitty that go all the way around the outside, and we got lazy. We had it all cut out. We started sewing it together, and we just, no, it's not going to happen. So that can be bigger. I've also made just the center square for a table square. It's really cute. And I do not remember the name of this quilting pattern. I looked, and you can tell it's not my favorite quilting pattern. I don't know what it is. Okay, this is called Apple Orchard. I wonder why. Pen and paper patterns. I love her stuff. She's got super fun things. Bonnie and Camille fabrics. I saw it somewhere in these colors on Instagram, and I just loved it, so I had to buy. So I copied someone else, and they're putting their fabrics together. And funny enough, the quilting pattern is called Apple Orchard as well. And the cute greenback. I love that color. Making is really hard to find good greens, at least for me. The greens are just not quite as plentiful. We're going really fast. I cut down about half my quilts because I didn't think I was going to have time, and we're going to be through this in record time. Firefly, also pen and paper patterns. I think I laid mine out just a little bit different than her. I don't know if she went all one way for one row, all one way for another, but we just loved this quilt. When I say we, it's Jenny. Jenny and I quilt together all the time, so every quilt we have is replicated between the two of us. And that Night Sky is the name of the quilting pattern. Jenny went a step up above, and she did her cute quilting with glow-in-the-dark thread. I wasn't that brave because she kept breaking her thread, and I said, no way, man. Hello, Spring. My pen and paper patterns again. I just used some, I think it's a lot of Lori Holt fabrics again, maybe with a few sprinkled in here or there.
Can they move over a little bit so that the camera's picking it up a little bit better?
Is
Towards
this-
the center, yes, please. Thank you.
Now, pen and paper patterns, a lot of times she does solids. And so I think when she did this quilt, it's like pink and purple, and I like traditional things a little bit better. So when you go and look at her patterns, you're gonna be like, are you sure that's the right thing? Because it looks so different. She's very modern quilter and does a lot of solid fabrics. And let's see, Kiss. That's one of our favorite quilting patterns. It's called Kiss. It's a little, what is that?
It's like a little baby.
Oh no, what is that shape?
Paisley.
Paisley, it's a little paisley. Sorry, I'm just that old that I can't even talk. This is another one of pen and paper patterns. It's called Pine Berry. And I don't know if you know what a pine berry is, but they're like pink strawberries. They're fully ripe. And so in her original, they're all pink. The pine berry is. So I had to go out and buy pine berries just to try them. They're fabulous. But, and then down in the corner, the little jam jar was just an extra add-on that she offered with her pattern, and we couldn't resist. A little bit of paper piecing in that for the letters. And Strawberry Fields is the name of the quilting pattern.
Where do you live?
I live in Blackfoot. Okay, this one is called Pumpkin Campfire Mugs.
What are your labels on the back?
Oh, they are labels that I had made. Ever Emblem, thank you. That's where I have them made at. Ever Emblem off of Etsy. And they just have my business logo, my name, handmade, and how to do washing instructions. These are fig tree fabrics. In the pattern, I will say, all of the handles go one way.
I like them.
But by the time we decided to do that, it was too late to change the pumpkin leaf. So if you make it, think of that ahead of time. And the pattern, the quilting pattern is called Amber. We thought it looked like steam.
Do the two of you usually pick the same quilting design for your quilts too?
Do we, Judy?
Absolutely. I'm copying everything she does.
She just calls me and says, when you're done, send me what I need to do. Okay, this is Flower Girl by Thimble Blossoms. And gosh, I've seen it done in a million fabrics, and they're so cute. This is just such a fun pattern. Decided it needed denim background instead of white, because I have a lot of white background. I'm trying to change it up just a little bit. And Solstice is the name of the quilting pattern. I'm forgetting to tell you the Nantucket is the name of the line that we made that with now. Nantucket, is that the one they're doing again? It's called Nantucket. She's got two. They're very similar. I couldn't remember if it was Nantucket or, I don't know, I've got her other one somewhere here too. So Nantucket is a fabric line that comes out, I think this summer. Again, it's a re-release for Moda. Oh, there you go. It's on Ollie and Evie to pre-order if you were interested in that. Jeannie, that's your fabric. This is my friend Jeannie. We talk quilts a lot. Right? Yep. This is another Thimble Blossoms pattern. Super, super quick. I've made a lot of them. I have two boys that are in law enforcement. And so I've made the law enforcement flag with the thin blue line. a couple of times. One of my son that's a patrolman, he's with ISP, and one of his friends received an award, so I made him a thin blue line quilt when he received his award. So super fast. I have a niece that's in the Navy. This is something we gave her as a wedding gift when they were moving to England. At Home is the name of the fabric line that I used by, I can't remember, that was still Bonnie and Camille. It wasn't just Camille at that point. And I think that pattern is West Wind Fireworks off of Creative Stitches, I think is what that is. This one is Heart of America. The pattern is on Fat Quarter Shop. It was a freebie this, gosh, Jenny, was it last summer? I think it was last summer.
This one's got your cabin.
Oh, we made it in the mountains. So we've got a tag that says made in the mountains, and then it's got a scripture on the back. And it's some of that. I always think of you type something like that. Anyway, it's really fun. Pardon me? Okay, read what the tag says. It made in the mountains. So, and it's got a picture of the cabin. This is really the exact cabin that we're sewing at. And then on this side, it's got a scripture, Philippians 1:3. And it was just so appropriate for a quilt that we just thought would be fun. So, I hope one of these days I don't have 16 tags along here because I keep having that. Oh, that would be another fun idea. But, Star Sparkle is the name of the quilting pattern on this one, and I think that's from So Shabby Quilting. I really love her. She's just a fun new pentagraph designer. Yeah. Carrot sticks. This pattern is from the Pattern Basket. And it's only for love. The darn little stems. The darn little stems just have about 45 pieces in them. And I just cussed all the way through it because, various prints from Fig Tree in the whole thing. And the cute quilting pattern, it's so cute. It's called Carrot a lot. And it's just full of carrots. And it was also a labor of love because every little carrot has an indent where it would have a little wrinkle in it. And it took 1,000,000 years to quilt. It was worth it. We love this one. Jenny's like, oh, we like this one. I don't know. Starry Skies is from Pieced Just So, is who wrote that pattern. The fabric is sun washed. And it's got slash cozy up. I also made one with the cozy up fabric. And I think the last quilt show I took them both, and that's why it's still in there, but they're both by Corey Yoder. This fabric, when we ordered it, Jenny and I are both like, I don't even like that fabric. It's just, and we just, I'll just make this quilt, it's one of our very favorites. We just love it. And we were just kind of sewing it to get rid of it because we bought it. So, never trust yourself on a fabric you don't think you like. It's fun. There's a lot of trimming, but it's super fun. That also, the quilting pattern on that is that Kiss. I love that pattern. Okay, I love this quilt. I'm just gonna tell you, I love this quilt. Okay, this is called Paddling Bears. Paddling Bears by Coach House Designs. And it was fast. It was really, really fast. I was really surprised how quickly that came together. The fabric is Great Outdoors by Stacy Eastshoe. And the quilting pattern is called Marine's Pine Boughs. I just love this. I think I love it so much because I love the fabric. It just all went together so cute. Love those colors. It's got little, the pine needles. It's got pine needles and pine cones in it. Okay, this is Jolly Holiday by Lella Boutique, and it's also her fabric line as well. So a couple of things where they hold their arms up in the air. We're going to talk really slow, see how long they can hold them up. I saw somebody do a really cute thing. They put what is it called, Jenny? You know, we've got brain dead across here. It frays up really cute. The chenille, thank you. So they lined his little beard with chenille and his eyebrows, and would just make it super, super cute. Especially if you did a pillow or anything like that. She's also got a pattern that she released about the same time that is reindeer. And she did the brown chenille on the reindeer, and that's really, really cute. I changed mine up just a little bit here too. She's in the pattern she has used in these square blocks background. And I was missing a piece, so I improvised. And then as soon as I got it done, I found that piece. But we have days where we go and we just cut quilt kits and set them aside. If you don't hurry and you're missing a piece, you're in trouble. That's another favorite. And see, it's got a green, but there's not very many great greens. This is another Cluck sew pattern. It's called Daisy, and I think we made this bigger than the largest size on the pattern. It's got Sandy Gervais, I Love Us fabric. That was last year's Valentine fabric that she had designed. And the pantograph on it is called Hocus Pocus. It didn't look Hocus Pocus to me, but cute pink on the back. Jenny split hers in half and did 2 quilts.
So when you make it bigger, how do you stretch it? You just make it bigger.
So in her pattern, if you see, she has a half flower. Oh, let's see, go this. So this is actually, So one row will start with a full flower and the next one's a half. And so then it probably actually was here and I just extended it one more row out. No, but there is a trick to that. What you do is you minus a ½ inch and then you times it by either 0.5 for another half bigger, but you gotta minus your ½ inch before you times. Minus your ½ inch on all of your pieces that you're gonna cut because you got a 1/4 inch seam allowance on each side. So it's minus a ½ inch times 0.5 if you're gonna go half as big again. Or you can times it by 0.75 if you want to make it, that much bigger. So, but every single cut you have to minus a ½ inch first, then do your math. Okay, this is the same fabric as that Daisy. It's called Heartsy by Cluck Cluck Sew. very similar to her Brightly, the first one that I showed you. So she's done this where she's got hearts for Heartsy. Brightly has a star in the middle. There's one with trees in the middle and one with pumpkins in the middle. So Jenny and Janice and I ordered a yard of every fabric in the line, and we each got 3 quilts. Not a yard each, but a yard between us all, and we got 3 quilts. Marmalade, that's the quilting pattern, Marmalade, I love it. It's a favorite. And that pantograph designer also has a heart marmalade or heartsy marmalade where instead of the little circle, she's put a heart in. That's kind of fun. Flutter, Lola Boutique pattern, and I think she's got 3 or 4 butterfly patterns. But I loved that one. And this was a line of her fabric that I hadn't used. And just thought color-wise it would be really fun. And I think it has another border on the outside of it. I think there's like another 1.5 inch or 2 inch border. I'm not a border lover. So I didn't do it. Sweet Sprout from So Shabby Quilting Designs is what's on the back of that one. I thought that was pretty cute. Yeah. Nightingale, this is one of Jenny's favorites. The pattern designer on that is Lo and Behold Quilting. She's named it Nightingale. She is a nurse that has quit nursing and gone to pattern writing and quilting. And this is a Sharon Holland with Art Gallery Fabrics is where that fabric is from. And that's the pantograph on this one is another one from So Shabby called Grape Soda. I love dense quilting, so I'm sure that you can see in a lot of them. I've got it pretty dense, but that's a fun one. I think I kind of probably made that one bigger too. Jessie. Carrot cake. Okay, I just barely got this one done, and it's a Valentine fabric, and I want to do something with hearts. I've got lots of heartsy stuff, and so I saw somebody on Instagram had done this, and so I just thought, what the heck, I'm gonna do it, and it was so fast, such a fast quilt. You've got, I don't know, 9.5 inch block, I think is that big block. There's only, somebody's got something on that. There's only a couple, I think there's 6 of those 4 patches. And then you've got this sashing piece in here, and it's just such a super fast quilt. Decided to put Crazy Red on the back, and I'm scared to death to wash it. Because I have ruined a quilt or 2. They say Minky does not bleed. Yeah, it does. I don't care what they say. And on my long arm machine, where that rubs across there, it's red after I've got done quilting it. So any red or black. I've had black bleed as well. And I put 5 color catchers in, and it still was a problem. So maybe, I don't know, hand washing would be any better. I don't know. This is Autumn Afternoon Sampler by, I don't know how to say it. Anka's Treasure, you decide. Now you're upside down. Autumn Afternoon is also the name of her fabric line. And it actually has a border. Go ahead.
What is the little things in the background?
Pumpkins, leaves, acorns, little sunflowers. It's her background for that line too. And then this is the funnest thing. So the gal I told you I love her quilting patterns, so shabby. I had just quilted this quilt, and it's got little round flowers and some little leaves. And I wrote her a little note. And I said, "Gosh, I sure wish you had a pattern that was just like this, but it was sunflowers and maple leaves." And she goes, "I'll have it to you this afternoon." And she did, and she sent it to me. And she goes, "You don't have to pay for it. I liked your idea. I did pay for it." Because I thought, if I don't pay for it, then I can ask again. I just thought, she'll think I'm wanting a free pattern all the time. And I just really was excited that she followed through on that. So you can see, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe the back is easier to see. You can see the little sunflower and then, yeah. And then it's got a maple leaf in it too, to go with it. And then she ended up doing yet again another one and did 2 maple leaves, I think, in another one that's very similar to that. This is Cozy Cabin by Modernly Morgan. And the fabric is Smoke and Rust by Lella Boutique. I've held on to that fabric for a while. I just really love it. And I have a whole other fat quarter bundle of it. I'm so excited. My husband and I have a Harley. And so that's kind of, I guess, maybe why I like these colors so well, is it's a quilt for him and wasn't just a traditional motorcycle themed quilt, but it goes in our basement in the Harley room. So it's kind of fun. The name of the pattern is Cozy Cabin. It's on the back side. Sorry. Turn over. You got another. Yep, Cozy Cabin. And Modern Meander is the name of that quilting pattern. Another super fast quilting pattern, and I like super fast. Go figure, I just want it done. Okay, down there on the table is Flag Day. It's a Wendy Shepherd pattern. I'm trying to think what because I didn't find it on her website. It's in Quilters World magazine for the summer 2024. So it's in last summer's Quilters World magazine. Saw it, loved it. Jenny, you even got yours done, don't you?
Yeah.
Hold it up. Keep holding it up.
Our arms.
I'm just being mean. The fabric is Lola Boutique. I really love her fabric. They just really contrast a lot, and they're really pretty. Called Old Glory is that fabric line. And Stellar Stars is the quilting design on that. Stellar Stars.
You need me to trade you for that? No.
Okay, this is Daisy May, and I made this for my little granddaughter because this is the colors in her bedroom. And she has that color yellow furniture. And then she loves the pinks and mauves and stuff. I shouldn't say she does. Her mom does. She's 4. She's going to love them whether she likes it or not. Abby Maid is the pattern designer. And I used Fableism wovens. Everybody love wovens to sew with. I've got the secret. A lot of starch. And I should have brought my starch recipe for you because it's super good. What is that jug, that blue jug of steak? What is it? Yes. 1 part of that, 2 parts water. That's it. shake it really good, use a mister, and it is magic. I like it better than Best Press. I love it. Oh, sorry, that quilting pattern is Delicate Daisies. Okay, this is Santa's suit, pretty obvious, pretty fast, super fast if you wanted to make a quilt for all of your kids for Christmas or something. I've also seen it done with green for the elf. Mandy Purcell from Social Stitch is the designer. I used motor grunges on it. And modern meander again to quilt out. Honestly, I wish I could do it over. I don't like the black stitching. I feel like it just kind of takes away from that white a little bit. And I would use white. I've seen it done, and I don't know why, but white stitching it just doesn't show up as much, even across black or whatever. I don't know. I'm just so sad every time I look at it that it's got black stitching. Do you like it? Makes me want to do one of white so that you can really compare. Okay, I could do that. I probably have enough fabric left over because I knew I wanted to make it big. Watermelon Patch was probably the last quilt that I made. Camille Ross Kelly from Thimble Blossoms, the other half of Bonnie and Camille. And Sweetwater Scraps. All that fabric is Christmas fabric. It was left over from a Christmas quilt we made. And oh, I love this quilting pattern. It's called Skadoodle. And it's kind of just graffiti type. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but it's just really fun. And I put borders on it. I know, every time we get together, and I'm the one that says, I don't think I want borders on it. And everybody's like, well, I like the borders. I like that fabric. Like, I like the fabric too. I just don't like borders.
I like that it squares up my quilt. Beautiful.
I guess I didn't put this on my list. It's called Red, White, and Blue. So by Lola Boutique. It's her fabric, it's her pattern. It's one of the, I feel like 800 quilts we made out of this fabric. Because we just loved it. Red, white, and blue. And I do know what that is. It is Swirly Foliage. That's the name of that by So Shabby. How's yours? I have really good friends. Okay, I waited for these two at the last because they're the same pattern. And I'll hold this side too. Okay. So I did a different sashing, but the flower is the same. I wish this one was bigger like that one because it's my favorite. Fields of France is the name of the quilt pattern by Sandy Gervais, and that the fall colored one, that is also Sandy Gervais fabric. Fall is in town. See, I hate the border. It does, it makes it bigger, and I wish this was bigger, but not bad with the border on it. And then we just decided to make it just a little different, and we figured out our little 3-inch stars here instead, just so that it would be a little bit different. This fabric here is Woodland and Wildflowers by Fancy That. And this quilting pattern is that Swirly Foliage. Jenny, my arms are beat. How did you do this? She's holding. And the paragraph on that is Sunflower Patch, both the same So Shabby quilting company. Oh, you want me to do that? Okay. I don't know if this one's too big. I'm going to show you how to fold and roll your quilt. It's easier on the floor, but you take, I hope I can remember how to do it now. And you fold this so that your corner comes to a peak. Does not matter where you're matching up down there and all. Oh, sweetheart, it's been a minute. You flip it over.
Sorry.
I have to think. This way. I've shown it a million times. Is it a pain? There we go. I know.
Well, it'll be on there. Maybe. Can you see it? Yeah.
Okay, so now you bring this edge over to here. I hope I get it right the first time so we don't have to start over. And then,
We're gonna have you do it again.
well, we might have to. It's gotta be this way. Now I'm gonna pull it up. I gotta do it on the floor. Will you be able to see?
Can you move the table and do it like there?
Okay. Okay, fold that. Down. Sorry, on top of that. And I think you fold it over before you flip it. Now you flip it over. It really is easier than I'm making it. I usually get down on the floor. Now, I'm sorry, I just unfolded it. It's so much easier when I do it at home. Well, I've done it 100 times at Quilt Club, right? You guys, I promise it's really easy. Oh, this is easier. I do, because I gotta get on the floor. It'd be easier from the top. All right.
You gotta hold it one more time.
You get it to this point, you roll it, this tucks right in. I should have kept the one that I had rolled out. Should have me practice first.
Yeah, when you and Jenny did it up on the table,
that quilt one is, that one good. They can see the steps. Let's try it.
If you're done talking, yeah.
But all you can do is hear me breathe. So that's one. Fold it off. Bottom corner to bottom corner. It rolls really nicely. And then it tucks right into that flap. I really didn't roll it very neatly, but it, and it. We turn it one side too.
Is the purpose to stop the creasing?
That's one thing it will do because you fold it on the bias. The other thing is I've got a basket at home, and so I put all my clothes in little rolls. It's just a different way to display them, or have them, you know, like everybody's there, and everybody else will. I'm sorry, I gotta do this right. Edge. It has to be. Which is what we just did. It's so hard. And you roll this way. And then as this one comes around, when this tail comes around, it's gonna tuck right in here. And hold it tight. It works, I promise. Now I'm ready to cut it off.
What's the name of that starch you said that you used?
Stay low. Stay low.
Start now.
I think it was a jug at Walmart or anywhere, because they made it. So just go to Walmart, look for liquid starch, not spray, and you use 1 part liquid starch to 2 parts water. And then I bought some essential oil, like lavender or something, I put like 10 drops in it, so that it smells good too.
So is it unscented otherwise?
It's unscented.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what I.
It is, it's unscented, but it's really cool, it's good for any of your woven, denim, anything like that that is having a really hard time framing. It's really, really well. And if, a lot of times, if you'll starch
Really loud.
Yeah.
if you'll starch your fat quarters, with that before you, is it on?
Yeah.
Can you start over?
Are you talking about how to wash?
If you will starch your fat quarters before you cut, you will have a lot more success in having them stay crisp to sew. You get better cuts, more even, that kind of stuff. I've always had a lot more luck with any fabric that I have starched first to stay true to that size. If you've ever not starched your fabric and then something's got a wrinkle in it and you starch that one piece, it shrinks it and it doesn't fit the other pieces that you cut. So starch all your fat quarters to begin with. I know a couple of people that take that same 1/3 starch to 2 parts water, dunk the fabric, put it out on a drying rack. That's a lot to me. Squeeze out most of it, let it dry, and then they iron it.
You just spray it?
I just spray it.
It's called drenching.
Drenching. Boy, it would drench it. I've always thought, gosh, if you had some reds and now it's your water pink, you know, I would
Still know
work out
ahead
that
of
way
time if
too.
they bleed or not.
Yeah,
Don't know.
and I bought a mister bottle. So on Amazon, you can buy a mister bottle instead of a spray bottle. You've got to clean out that nozzle every time you've used it with some more water, or it gets gummed up. But I like that better too.
And then you iron it after that.
And then I iron it. Spray it, iron it. Is there anything else that I've missed or question that anybody had? Thank you for coming. Oh, right here.
You have gorgeous meetings, and where, do you have an outlet that you use?
I have a friend that owns a shop in Blackfoot out in Riverside. She still works full time, so she's kind of hard to get into. It's called Sugar Pine Lanes. Like I said, she works out to the site. She works full time, so weekends is pretty good. But that's where I get all my minky. She's got a whole wall this size of just minkies, both Cuddle 3 and the long minky. My number's not on there. My email address is on the top of that paper. If you needed her contact information, I'd sure send it to you. Anything else?
And that lady, the Blackfoot, she says she's getting a whole bunch of meat.
Oh,
But
there
we
you go.
have Minky and Shelley too,
Okay, you have Minky and Shelley where?
over by the gas station.
Over by the gas station. Do you know the name of
Where
the
the
store?
fabric store is.
So fine quilting. Has Minky as well. So fun quilting. Sorry. I guess I'm gonna have to go check them out.
Daydreams, just 15 minutes.
Yes, Daydreams in Idaho Falls. She also has a lot. There's like a
Minky
little
store,
back
the
room.
Minky store up in Ashton also has a lot.
Ashton. Oh, the one in Ashton, I think is like a Minky store.
It is.
isn't
It's
it?
all Minky.
It's just me.
But it's only open Thursday, Friday.
Oh,
Or you can call her.
okay, so the one in Ashton, you either call or they're only open Thursday and Friday?
They just added them on national.
In Ashton, they just added
They
on?
just did a whole other.
Oh, awesome. So it sounds like Ashton's got a lot. Thank you for coming and watching my friends and I work out.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Really glad to get rid of that.
Yeah, doesn't everybody hate the sound of